A man named Daniel almost bought a $200 watch on his lunch break. His finger hovered over the button. And then he stopped. Not because of the price, because of a single question he'd trained himself to ask. That question quietly made him richer than any raise ever did. The question was simple. Not, can I afford this? But it's, how many hours of my life does this cost? Daniel earned roughly $30 an hour after taxes, so that $1,100 watch wasn't $1,200. It was 40 hours, a full work week of his life. Suddenly the watch looked very different. Here's why dollars lie to you. Money is abstract. Your brain can't feel $1,000. It's just a number on a screen. But time is real. You feel a wasted afternoon. You feel a Monday. When you price things in hours, the cost stops being theoretical and starts being personal. Most people spend money like it's free, then trade their entire lives earning it back. They buy on Saturday and resent their job on Monday, never connecting the two. The shirt, the gadget, the upgrade, each one is a tiny piece of your future quietly sold off. You just never saw the receipt in hours. So Daniel built a rule. Before any non-essential purchase, he divided the price by his real hourly wage. Real, meaning after tax, after the commute, after the unpaid stress. That gave him his true number. A $300 jacket became 10 hours. A $60 dinner became 2. Numbers became time, and time changes everything. The magic isn't that you stop spending. It's that you start choosing. Some things are absolutely worth 10 hours of your life. A great mattress. A course that changes your skills. A trip with people you love. The rule doesn't make you cheap, it makes you honest about what you actually value. But the upgrade trap? That dies instantly. The bigger phone for $200 more, that's 7 extra hours for a slightly better camera. The premium trim on the car, that's 200 hours. A month of your life for leather seats. When you see it in time, half your wants quietly disappear. Now flip it. This rule doesn't just cut spending, it reframes earning. The moment you measure life in hours, you start craving leverage. You ask, how do I earn without trading more hours? That hunger is where wealth begins. Cheap people count pennies. Rich people count hours and then refuse to sell them cheap. Let me hit the obvious objection. But I have to buy things. I can't price every coffee in hours. You're right, don't. This isn't for the $4 coffee, it's for the big stuff. The purchases over $100, the upgrades, the impulse buys. Apply it where the real leaks are. And here's the part nobody tells you. The goal isn't to hoard hours, it's to buy them back. Every dollar you don't waste is time you can reinvest. Into skills, into assets, into freedom. Daniel didn't get rich by never spending. He got rich by spending only on things that bought him more time later. 6 months in, Daniel noticed something strange. He wasn't depriving himself. He felt freer. The constant low-grade guilt of overspending, gone. Every purchase he made, he'd already weighed in hours, so he never regretted it. That's the hidden gift. Peace. The kind money can't buy, but clear thinking can. Try it this week. Take your 3 biggest recent purchases. Divide each by your real hourly wage. Write down the hours. Some will feel worth it. Keep guilt-free. Some will sting. That sting is the lesson. Let it change the next decision, not the last one. Because you weren't born to fund a lifestyle that exhausts you. You weren't built to sell 40 hours for a wrist you forget about in a month. Your time is the only currency you can never earn back. Spend money, but never forget what it's actually made of. So next time your thumb hovers over that button, pause. Ask the only question that matters. How many hours of my life is this worth? If the answer makes you flinch, you already know. Price your life in time, and you'll never be broke in the way that really matters.